Hi, my name is Sue Rasmussen, and I am the instructor of the Advanced Water Heater and Furnace class here at the NRVTA. And today, we're starting to get close to getting cooler weather, and because of that, you're going to start using your furnace. So I'm going to spend some time talking today about if you turn this thing on and it's not running the way that it needs to, there's one main culprit that might be what's going on, and we're going to explain what it does, how it works, and the symptoms of when it's not working properly.
Welcome to another 2-Minute Tech Tip Tuesday. Brought to you by the National RV Training Academy, the largest hands-on RV training academy in America. Hey, before we get to the video, which I know this is the reason why you're here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss anything. Hit the subscribe button now. Thank you. Now, back to our Tech Tip Tuesday.
This is called a sail switch. And a sail switch is like a little sailboat. I tell people that's the sail. And what this little component is doing is it's making sure that the furnace has enough airflow to work properly. In all of our furnaces, our forced air furnaces, we have something called a blower motor. And when this thing starts spinning, it starts spinning these and we start getting air movement. That's what's moving the air in your furnace. And the sail switch is sitting right next to, basically really close to that blower motor with the wheel. And what it's doing is when there's enough airflow, the sail closes. And the furnace needs to know that we have enough airflow to be able to operate safely. And this little guy has a couple of ways that it can go bad, and it will go bad. It's a moving part. And the other thing is, one of the main reasons why it starts to go bad is it's located here. I've got one with the little bracket on it. So it is in here, the sail is inserted right there next to the fan. And when this furnace is operating, we have airflow that's being drawn in here. In other words, drawn in here. And anything else that might be close to where that air is. So it's going to pull in things like dust bunnies and dog hair and cat hair and anything else that might be there. And it can get out not only on the fan, but it can also get all over this sail. And when that happens, this can either get stuck open or stuck closed, because in normal operation, the furnace needs to know that it's open, and then once the fan blows it closes. And this can actually do two different things. So here's one of the symptoms that you might have. So you're getting ready and you're out camping and it's chilly and you want to take the edge off and you want to turn this furnace on for the first time of the year. So you turn it on and it starts blowing, the fan starts blowing, you can hear it, you can feel it coming out of the vents, and it runs for 20 seconds or so, and then it shuts off. And you have no idea why, and it didn't turn back on. This could be your culprit. It's one of the most common symptoms that you are going to see with your furnace. And here's what it does. You turn it on, it blows cold air for 15 to 25 seconds, and then it shuts down. And it means that the control board did not get a signal that this properly closed. And if the furnace does not have any indication that this properly closed, the furnace says, well, I can't operate because I don't know that I'm safe. I don't know that I have enough airflow, and it shuts the entire system down. Basically, it shuts your control board down. And the only way to reset your control board is remove power from it and turn it back on. But that didn't solve the problem, because this guy probably needs to be replaced. I have a lot of people ask me, well, if I took this out and looked at it, it might be gunked up and covered with dog hair, cat hair. My recommendation, though, rather than clean it off, these are delicate. They are very specifically calibrated to be for this machine, for this specific amount of airflow. And if you clean it off and you bend it, or if internally it's starting to get weak, it's still not going to operate. So my recommendation is swap this out for a new one. There's also a second symptom that this will do. So again, I said that there's two normal ways that this operates. It's either going to be open or closed. But the other way that this will fail on you is if this somehow gets stuck closed, and when the minute you turn the furnace on, it is already closed. The furnace says, hey, this shouldn't be closed yet. The only thing that should close this properly is airflow. And if it's already closed, the furnace says, well, I can't do anything. You will not even get your fan turned on. So you'll turn on your furnace and nothing will happen. It will act like this one is acting right here. Nothing will happen. And it's because the board says, I can't prove anything. This is already closed, and I know it's already closed. Most common issue on your furnace is this little guy here, and it can go bad. Like I said, the symptoms are going to be 15 to 25 seconds of fan blowing and then shuts down, or you turn it on and nothing happens. So if you have power to your furnace but nothing is happening, this is very likely your culprit and it is stuck closed. And in either case, swap it out for a new one. And you're going to get heat. We mentioned earlier, our sail switch is tucked inside behind this cover, right up against where this is, and this is pulling in all that air as well as dust and dog hair. And so people ask, well, what can you do to prevent that from happening? One thing is you cannot put any kind of filter here. Airflow is one of the main things that the furnace needs to operate properly, and a filter will restrict your airflow. So instead of that, the best thing that you can do if you're preparing to get this thing ready for cooler weather is get in there and vacuum everything that you can around it, because it's going to pull in anything. Vacuum in, if you've got a louvered panel somewhere in front of your furnace on the inside, go ahead and vacuum around that. If your dog normally lays right in front of it, vacuum around that. That is the biggest thing that you can do to improve the functionality of your furnace, is keep it clean, get your vacuum out and clean all that dust and dog hair and anything else that you can find around it. You'll also probably be surprised, if you haven't opened up that area around your furnace, is how much is there from the construction. There might be dust shavings, there might be little wire shavings. So just clean all that up and your furnace is going to be happy for it. And there's your tech tip.
All right, before you get to the bloopers, which is why you're here in the first place, the RV industry needs thousands of RV technicians and inspectors, and now is the perfect time to do that. If you want to make more money or have more control over your time, go ahead and click the link below. Or if you just want to learn how to fix your own RV, got something for you there. Head over to rvtechcourse.com and get started today.
Now for the reason that you're at the end of the video, roll the bloopers.
Da 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 da. There's our little sail. Do you want me to keep talking? And there's your tech tip. And there's your tech tip. There's your tech tip for the day. Let's see.